How's it feel at high speed, Derek?
You know, I can run into anybody.
Nice tractor, halfway there.
Just there.
Cheesy, you know.
Yeah.
We knew we were gonna haul.
You don't need a bigger trailer to go with it now, do you?
No.
We're almost at the end there. Stop. There.
That's about how far you're gonna go.
That's it.
How's it going, everybody? I don't know how to really start this video off, but we're gonna jump right into it. Today I picked up a new truck. It's a 1948 Dodge, I think 1.5 ton old work truck. It's pretty straight, no through rust. Obviously has some broken glass, whatnot, but the interior is actually in really good shape for how old it is. It's not perfect shape, but got some bees in her. I love how it has this 16,000 pound badge on the side, on this side and on the other side. It has both of them. She got some surface rust, but everything seems to be pretty solid. It had a dent on top of the roof here. I was able to pop out with my hand. I just pushed up on it and popped it right out. So I ran through and WD-40'd some stuff, and leaf blew out the engine. But I imagine this thing will run with minimal work. Probably need some plugs and maybe some points. But here's a shot at it. It's missing top, I guess you say grill piece, I don't know exactly. Still got the hood ornament. Take a look at this side. It's where the oil filter's at. I don't want to bust that through, but here's the dipstick. I checked it earlier and it has what looks to be like new oil in it, like somebody tried firing up or something like that. But I don't know if this is a 6 volt or 12 volt converted. I imagine it's still 6. Yeah, right here, 6 volt. But check it out. I love these seats, old leather seats. And it's in really good condition, no rips. Got the battery tray pan. Cables look like they're in decent shape still too. Make up some new ones, but check it out. There's hardly anything for us. Like through rust, there's surface rust, but and then this is the only dent that's major. It's out here. Alright, so we got a battery for this thing, 6 volt. Think we have it hooked up right. And then got some water in the radiator. We got plugs, but we're just gonna see if it even turns over before we even bother with that, bother with anything else. So let's give her a shot.
Stop for a second. Okay, do it again.
Here, can you film this? It's recording.
right, rotating the right way. So.
Okay, so
All right, so we got some fuel in her and got the battery hooked up. She cranks over. Now we're just gotta see if we get some fuel shoved through her. Yeah.
I don't think you got any spark. I don't think you got any spark, son.
Yeah, me either.
I don't see shit.
So giving you guys an update. Change out the plugs. They're pretty nasty. Where we left off is thing cranks over, but it doesn't have spark. So we did some voltage checks and everything, and we're not getting anything through the coil for there's no ohms, no resistance. It doesn't, you know, give a tone through it. So we're thinking it has a back coil. I've tried calling Napa, they closed, so we're gonna have to wait, but try cleaning everything and just still no luck. But yeah, we got new plugs in, cleaned some contact points. The points on this is actually set where it needs to be at 20 thou, so we're good there. But yeah, just keep going through and messing around with her. Hopefully we get a new coil soon. Alright, so we're gonna go through and clean out the cab and see what we got. Get this. Got quite a mess down here. Get my gloves on. Got some cool old stuff. Dad's old-fashioned root beer. Right on. Probably some Napa. Some old lights. You got this horse. It's going on the side. That's where it originally was. Well, on the other side though. Keep that. Some more cans, a squirt bottle. Some starting fluid, that's always good. Good to have, you know.
Good sign on what you're dealing with.
Got this bar. I don't know. Throw that at somebody. Got an old mystery oil jug. That means that this thing was probably fucked late, you know. Back in the day. I'll keep that. That's cool. Hoping to find the nameplate plaque in here. Ooh, lever. Probably. I don't know. Some old cigarettes. As long as there's not ants. So we got a seat pulled out. We're gonna be hitting it with some McGuire's leather cleaner, 3-in-1, whatever. Should turn out pretty good. Hallie's gonna be doing that, and then I'm gonna hit the truck down with the pressure washer and try to get all the hardcore grime off of it. And this is what we got done to the interior. Got the carpet pulled out, got all the, you know, garbage pulled out. It's funny because like the interior of this was all cardboard, just all cardboard. But I'm super surprised this the seats have no tears in them or anything, and then this has a sliding forward back if you want to do that. I gotta spray it and get her loosened up, but imagine she'll work. Gotta come through with the vacuum and vacuum all this stuff up, but yeah, making some progress, and show you what the final product is. So got half of this truck washed, the moss taken off, and looks pretty good. Not too bad. You can see all the moss on this side that I didn't hit compared to this side. Just trying to get all the surface stuff off, make it look a little better, but it turned out pretty good. Getting all the dirt off. Alright everybody, so we're back, and we determined that we had a bad coil. If I could hold this and do it at the same time. If you can see right here, no continuity. Come over here to the new coil, and we got tone. So hopefully this will get a spark and get the truck trying to start over. So this is what the coil looks like installed. The positive is on the left with that red wire, the negative is on the right, and hopefully we're going to give it some starter fluid and she'll start over. Alright guys, so I installed the new coil and I still have no spark. If you can see here, the positive is on the left side and the negative is on the right side. The right side being the feed side from the battery. I ended up just hooking it up how it was originally, and that's backwards. The negative side needs to be to the distributor and the positive side needs to be to the battery. So I'm going to switch that around. Ended up getting new points because the old ones I don't think were making contact, and then I got a new condenser and I was able to ohm it out, and I got tone all the way to this lever side. Zoom you guys out to the lever side of the condensed points, but I couldn't get tone through when it was closed. So I'm hoping this is a problem when it's not wanting to start. And then I'm hoping switching that around the coil will help as well. So go ahead and do that. They had to order a new cap and rotor and wires. And we're gonna see, hopefully that gives us some spark. So here's a little bit of a difference with the new and the old. This is the old here, and on the right, if you'll focus, it has a bad connection, or the connection's bad in it on these points, to where this is all corroded. This is the old one. I don't think this is why I'm getting any spark. And here's the new one. Has obviously no corrosion and good contacts. So hopefully by switching all this stuff out, the rotor, the cap, the condenser, we'll be able to get this thing fired up. I ended up getting spark with the new points and condenser. I ended up setting the points at 18 thou, and it still has old wires on it, but I don't want to make the new ones up. I just want to get this thing to fire and then I'll make them up. But the carburetor wasn't getting any fuel, so what I ended up doing was it has a float, a glass bulb. I'll show you later if I can remember, but it has a glass bulb to where you can see if it has fuel in it or not. There's fuel in there, so I thought, okay, it's getting fuel. But I ended up taking this carburetor apart, and this is the top half here, and the carburetor was bone dry. So I ended up going under the truck and then taking that glass bowl out, getting rid of the fuel that was in there, and cleaning it out a little bit because it was all stained. And I followed the line back to the tank, and I noticed that the hose was pretty crusty and cracked and whatnot, so I ended up cutting off about 1 inch and then putting it back on to the hard line. This is rubber hose. And after that, I cranked it for about, I'd say, a minute, and it got fuel up to the fuel pump where that glass bowl is, and ended up squirting it out. So now we got fuel. And then I've been cleaning these carburetors with an ultrasonic cleaner, or carburetor. You can see how crusty this one is, and this is what the rest of them look like too. This is a cast piece, so well, all of them were cast, but I ended up putting this on sandpaper and just working it around to try to get it flat, because these castings have a bunch of, I don't know if you can see, like pitting and stuff like that, but it's turned out pretty good. Way better than what it was for sure. And then I ran to Napa. I needed to get a rebuild kit for new gaskets, and I couldn't find any, so I got this roll right here and ended up making my own. So it's not the best until I could order an actual rebuild kit for the gaskets. I just want to try to make the thing run for right now, but it's not too bad. It'll work. This is the base gasket that goes in the manifold. Hopefully this will seal up. But yeah, just going over the truck right now and trying to get this to where she'll fire up, because I need to move it a little bit. Alright, so update on the truck. I got the carburetor all clean, but I wasn't able to get to fire. The squirter squirts in there. I think it has everything it needs to fire, but I don't think it has any compression. So the previous owner I bought it from thought that the valves were stuck open in it, which I could see being true. So I think cylinder number 1 is the only one that had compression in it. I don't have a compression tester, so I couldn't really follow through with that, but it's got spark now after changing the points in the condenser and the coil. And we got fuel coming up to the carburetor, fills the bowl, get to squirt down. But yeah, I think the head's gonna have to come off and loosen up those valves. But took the side rail off of the bed. This is a dump bed, hydraulic. You see down here, has the ram under there, PTO. This is a PTO engagement, parking brake. And then get to the other side to show you a little better light. With the seat, I just cleaned it a little bit. Hallie cleaned the bottom bench, but you can see the difference between the two. Clean her up pretty good. Lighting's not the best. Yeah, that's the update on it so far. Tires shine the tires. Got to get new tires for it, but Yep. When I turn the gauge or ignition on, you can see the voltage. Well, I don't know now, but when I crank it over, the amps or whatever, the gauge for the volts moves back and forth, so yep. Slowly getting after her.